Welcome back to Good Evening KU. My name's Aiden.
And I'm Emerson, and we are back here at 5:30 for Good Evening KU on a very rainy, kind of sad day.
Yeah, the weather has not been that good all day, and it's probably not going to for at least the next 48 hours. But I'll have more on that coming up later in the show.
Yes, it was very kind of warm today. It wasn't like shorts and t-shirt weather, but it wasn't super cold to be wearing any type of jacket or sweatshirt. It was very weird.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Honestly, walking back from classes, I was like, man, it's just a little too cold for these shorts. I was kind of regretting my decisions.
Yeah, I went and I studied at Anschutz for a little bit, and I got there and it was nice out, and then when I left it was just raining. It was very sad. But that's kind of the feeling with finals kind of looming over us.
Yeah, for real. The weather just really echoed my mental state this last week because it's just going down the drain.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any difficult finals coming up, or is it a sensitive subject maybe?
I may shed a tear talking about this, but I do have a few projects that are due next week and in finals week on top of the regular finals. So, I don't need sleep. I just need more caffeine.
That's a good, it's a good mindset. And I have a couple of projects too, nothing too crazy, no real studying finals, which I know I'm very lucky. It'll probably get more difficult in the next year, in the coming years. But yeah, finals are definitely coming up, difficult time for a lot of people. Do you have any other difficult stuff going on these coming in summer?
In the summer, I do have an internship planned up, so I'm looking forward to that. But for now, we're going to send it over to Charlotte with a special interview.
Thanks, Aiden. I'm here with my good friend Barry Anderson. He is a graduating senior here, and we're talking to all of our seniors. So, Barry, tell us, how did you get to KU in the first place?
Alrighty, so what it all started off was, it was during COVID and stuff, my senior year in high school. I wanted to decide if I was if I wanted to go to an architecture school and stuff like that, if I wanted to be an architect. But my sister, her name is Vonchek Clark, shout out to her. She implemented this mindset of me wanting to be a journalism major to talk about sports and stuff, because I love talking about sports all throughout my life. And, I didn't really have that in mind because my uncle was an architect, and I wanted to be an architect because they make a lot of money. I used to love drawing growing up, so that was on my mind. But me and my sister had the talk, and, I was I did my research on different schools and stuff. And my parents wanted me to stay in state. So I seen KU's program, and I was like, I live in state. It would make sense, and I want to experience what KU had to offer. So I decided to pursue, journalism for in KU, and I loved it.
That's awesome. So what have you been involved with during your time here in the journalism school itself?
It's been a lot. My freshman year, I was on Good Morning Playmakers. I was on Good Morning KU. I was on Takeover. It's been long gone. Then on my sophomore year, I was doing a debate show called Take a Side. I did Run It Back. I was on Good Morning KU Sports and all that other stuff. And I did an internship for CU in the major leagues my junior year, the first semester of my junior year, and a little bit in the summertime. But it's and then my junior year I was on Playmakers and stuff. I've loved it so far. I love the friends and stuff, and I did KUJH. I think I've done
You've done it all, dude.
Yeah, I think I've done it all.
That's amazing. What has been your favorite memory at the J School, or in any of the things that you've been involved in?
Okay, my favorite memory was during I'd say during class time with Carson Shea for KUJH. We got it was the beginning of the semester, we got our photos back because we take photos in front of the green screen. And when we got them back, my face was it was I was in half. And during class, we wouldn't stop laughing the whole time. And we were sitting in the back, and I was like, oh my God. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking about him laughing right now. If you know Carson Shea, his laugh is just contagious. And that situation, it was just so funny. Yeah.
What would you tell freshman year Barry?
Get to work. Take advantage of every opportunity that's given to you, and take the opportunities that aren't given to you. You know, it's very important to do as much as you can because, you know, you're going out in the real world. So, you know, don't take this as like it's a game or anything. Get to it.
Yeah.
You know?
So you're graduating. What are your post-grad plans?
I want to know if I want to be like a content developer for AmeriCorps for a year there, or getting into local television. But yeah, just gonna pray about it. You know, I'll be applying for a lot more. But this AmeriCorps job, it's in Overland Park, Kansas, so it's close to home. So you know, just want to see where that goes.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
For the people that are watching right now, or who are gonna see this, who aren't in KU, just work hard. You know, embrace what it's like to wear that red, white, and blue, and what it is to be like a Jayhawk. Or is it red, white?
Yellow.
Red, yellow, and blue. My God.
I mean, we're patriotic here too as well.
No. Red, yellow, and blue. Red, yellow, and blue. But yeah.
Well, Barry, it has been a pleasure being on a couple shows together with you and to interview you today. Thanks for coming in. And we are going to take a quick break and be back with news.
I have so much to do today.
New this morning, an investigation is underway into the death of former LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacey. Authorities say the 24-year-old died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Former Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Manziel revealed in his episode of Netflix's Untold docuseries he planned to commit suicide in 2016.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back. I'm Lexi.
And I'm Emerson. Here's today's Good Evening KU News Update. At least 11 lacrosse players at West Hill High School could be tried for second-degree kidnapping after a hazing incident that went too far, said Onondaga County District Attorney William Fitzpatrick on Tuesday. Fitzpatrick made an offer to the suspects to turn themselves in 24 hours to face less serious misdemeanor charges, and if they refuse, they'll be identified, arrested, and tried as an adult under serious felony of kidnapping.
Petros Kromidas, a 29-year-old New York County legislature candidate, went missing 1 week ago today. His family reports he was taking his daily nighttime visit to the beach to exercise and train for an upcoming triathlon. His belongings, including his towel, clothes, and phone, were discovered on the beach nearby. Just 2 days before his disappearance, Kromidas spoke at Nassau County Young Democrats meeting, where he was actively engaged with members and showed no concerning or suspicious behaviors. His family describes this disappearance as completely out of character and has urged the public to assist in search efforts.
A Pakistani official claimed earlier today to have credible intelligence that New Delhi will carry out military action against Islamabad in 24 to 36 hours. Though he did not elaborate on what the evidence was to make this claim, this comment comes just 1 week after militants massacred 26 tourists in Indian-administered Kashmir, an event that has caused widespread outrage.
A New York deli was robbed this past Sunday by a group of armed men posing as police officers. Dressed in NYPD jackets, the four suspects tied down the three witnesses and fled the scene with a bag of lottery tickets. All witnesses were unharmed and safely released upon police arrival. Little information is known regarding the whereabouts of these men, and the investigation is ongoing.
The Trump administration reportedly plans to cut NASA as well as other federal agencies' funding, which could negatively affect FireSense, a company focused on improving wildfire management. Representative George Whitesides of California said cuts to crucial wildfire programs like FireSense put communities like mine, which are just beginning to rebuild after the devastating Southern California fires, at extreme risk.
A runaway kangaroo named Sheila shut down parts of the interstate in Alabama on Tuesday. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency said Sheila was spotted hopping alongside the 85 interstate in Macon County before being wrangled by state troopers and the animal's owner. The animal was tranquilized before being returned to its home, where the owner, Patrick Starr, said she's not sedated anymore. She's up, she's drinking, and eating. Now we'll pass it over to Frederico with sports.
Thanks, Lexi and Emerson. Over 2,500 fans showed up to Hoagland Ballpark Tuesday afternoon to cheer on the Kansas baseball squad as they took down the Missouri Tigers in the Buck O'Neil Classic. Third baseman Brady Counsell led the way with a career-high 5 RBIs and knocking out his 11th home run of the season. Kansas took the lead at the bottom of the first with a 3-run inning and did not look back en route to a 9-3 victory. The Jayhawks are now at 35-10 and have won their last 9 games, continuing their best start in program history. KU will welcome the Cincinnati Bearcats for a weekend series starting on Friday at 6 p.m. Now taking a look at the NBA, 4 first-round games were played as 3 teams faced elimination last night. Detroit, Milwaukee, and Orlando all headed into the night down 3-1 in their respective series. Starting off at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, it was packed as the Pacers looked to book a date with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second round. In overtime, Milwaukee was ahead by 7 with 40 seconds remaining, but 2 quick Indiana baskets narrowed the lead to only 1 with about 10 seconds left. Indiana converted on a game-winning layup after a Milwaukee turnover and secured the series 4-1. Heading over to the East Coast, the Pistons play to keep their season alive with Cade Cunningham's 24 points and Azoris Thompson's efficient 22 points on 8 for 10 shooting. Detroit beats New York 106-103 as the series now heads back to Michigan with the Knicks up 3-2. And the third game down the Atlantic in Orlando, the Magic looked to keep their series alive against the defending champion Boston in a tale of 2 halves. After the first 24 minutes, Boston was ahead 49-47, but the Celtics outscored the Magic by 33 points in the second half to clinch the series with a 120-89 win. The Celtics will now take on the winner of the Detroit-New York series in the conference semifinals. We'll take a quick break and be back with another interview. Welcome back to Good Evening KU. Sitting to my left is Jordan Ziegler, a senior here at William Stauffer Flint Journalism School. Jordan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, anytime. You know, as a senior, I'm curious to see, you spent 4 years here at the University of Kansas, all 4 in Lawrence. Throughout the 4 years, what's been your most memorable experience?
Oh, shoot. I mean, there's been a lot. The first one that immediately comes to mind is actually getting to broadcast the game with you. We went to Las Vegas this year to broadcast the Duke versus Kansas game in Las Vegas. We got to sit courtside to do it. It was an amazing game, super close, great play-by-play call. So that's one that immediately pops to the top of my mind for sure. Non-journalism related. I was a freshman here when KU won the national championship, so of course that's a very fond memory as well.
No, and I bet you didn't expect the Jayhawks to win the national championship your freshman year, right?
No, I mean, I thought they'd be good because, I grew up knowing about Kansas basketball, but being the best, I guess, was definitely something that was a pleasant surprise, one could say.
So take me back to your senior year of high school. 4 years ago, the same time, I don't know if you've made your decision by then, but when you were making your decision, what ultimately, A, made KU an option, and B, what made KU the place to be?
Yeah, so I actually really started looking at KU my junior year of high school. I took a tour here in the winter. My mom's from Kansas, so I decided to take a tour and visit some family, and took a tour of the journalism school. So obviously all it had to offer, it really made it kind of a priority of mine. And then deciding between schools my senior year, I'm from Washington State, and so it was obviously like a little bit of a risky jump, but I figured going to college seemed like a good time to go take that next step, and everything that journalism school had to offer, and how much I really did enjoy my tour all the way back my junior year of high school. That was kind of the thought process, and to this day, it's the best decision I've made in my life for sure.
No, there's no place like Lawrence. For anyone that's considering coming to KU, really take a look at it. But now that the semester's on the last leg of it, right? I mean, about 2 weeks until classes are done, 3 weeks until graduation. Take me through your mindset right now of what you hope to make. What do you hope to make out of these final 3 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, just enjoying being a KU student for these final few weeks. You're making me kind of sad here, Fede. But yeah, just taking it all in, really appreciating the time that I do have left. It feels a little surreal, definitely. I got 3 more years of school after this, though, with law school. So I guess that's kind of my mindset right now, is appreciating being a KU student for as long as I have left, and then tackling what's next.
Okay, in a rapid fire, what's your favorite business to visit here in Lawrence?
Oh, favorite business? That's a tough one. Papakino's Pizza's always really good on Mass Street. Big fan of that. If my parents are in town and treating me to a nice dinner, 7:15 on Mass Street, I'm a huge person that likes that. So those would probably be my 2 favorite businesses that come off the top of my head for sure.
Papakino's, for the students watching, Papakino's offers $3 slices on Wednesdays with your KU ID. Not sponsored by Papakino's. Jordan, thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to take a quick break. Or actually, we're going to swing it over to the weather, as the weather's live now. Thank you.
Welcome back, Jayhawks. My name's Aiden. I'm bringing your weekly Wednesday weather. It's been, like we said earlier, a pretty dismal day here in Lawrence. Those clouds really rolled in quickly. Dropped a few showers over the last few hours, and we can expect more of that over our next 48 hours. Our next 2 days, those showers and storms are likely to pop up at just about any time, especially in our late afternoons. But we do have a beautiful weekend ahead for you guys. Make sure you get out there and enjoy the sunshine that's headed our way. Baseball and softball are both at home at Hoagland and Rocha Ballpark. It'll be a great weekend to go watch some sports. Taking a look at our temperatures all around our area, 67 here in Lawrence, the same in Ottawa and Leavenworth, a bit cooler in Topeka, and a bit warmer out east in Kansas City. Taking a look at our camera overlooking the wonderful David Booth Memorial Stadium as it's getting built. You can see it's been raining here. Our camera is covered in some raindrops, and more of that is expected later tonight. Not quite right now. Those storms are headed out of our area for the time being. We're in a very low risk of severe weather over our next 2 days. However, those showers are going to keep on keeping on over our next 2 days. It's very humid outside, guys. You may have noticed that as soon as you stepped outside. I don't know if anyone with glasses had their glasses fall over immediately, but it's very humid. The air is so heavy, and those winds are maintaining at a steady pace of 6 miles an hour out of our southeast. Temperatures as high as 67 today. Taking a look at our regional radar, these storms that really just formed out of the blue really headed out of our area for the time being. We have we are monitoring this other line of storms here in central Kansas. Those are expected to come impact Lawrence later tonight, but most of the real heavy stuff and severe weather down in Arkansas there, they have a lot of flood warnings in effect down near Little Rock. Taking a look at your hourly planner, those storms, they could impact your evening plans, my friends. Those winds maintaining out of the southeast, temperatures dipping down as low as 58 tonight. It's not looking like a great night to be outside in Lawrence once again. Tomorrow, much of the same temperatures, a high of 71. We are looking at the chance of an isolated thunderstorm later in the afternoon, especially after that 10 o'clock hour, Good chance of showers and storms later tomorrow. Our winds are expected to increase as well, switching towards a more westerly direction, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour. Taking a look at our next week ahead, my friends. Those showers and storms are on the way out soon enough. This weekend, it's going to be beautiful. 70 on Saturday, 71 on Sunday. Ooh, I hope I have time to get out and watch the teams. Make sure you do as well. Next week, those temperatures are expected to rise right back up into those upper 70s, low 80s, with those chances of showers and storms also on the rise. That's all the time I have for you. We'll see you here tomorrow for your next edition of Good Evening KU, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next edition of KUJH.